Run the code online or download from codegive.com, link in the description below. Updating Python on Ubuntu 20.04 is essential to ensure you have access to the latest features, bug fixes, and security patches. Here's a step-by-step tutorial on how to update Python on Ubuntu 20.04 with code examples. Before updating Python, it's a good idea to check the current version installed on your system. Open a terminal and type. This command will display the currently installed Python version. Make sure your system is up to date by updating the package lists for upgrades and installing available upgrades. You need to install some prerequisites before updating Python. Install the Build Essential package, which contains important tools like GCC. To install a specific version of Python from source, first, you need to download the source code. Go to the official Python website, https://www.python.org/downloads, and find the version you want to install. Then, download the source tarball. Replace version with the version number you want to install. Next, extract the downloaded tarball. Navigate to the extracted directory. Configure the build with optimizations. Compile the source code. Replace 8 with the number of cores your system has for faster compilation. Install Python. The alt install command prevents the new Python version from replacing the default Python interpreter. After installation, verify that the new Python version is installed correctly. Replace version with the version number you installed. If you want to update the default Python symlink to point to the newly installed version, you can use update alternatives. Replace version with the version number you installed. You can now remove the downloaded source tarball to save space. You've successfully updated Python on Ubuntu 20.04. Remember to adjust any scripts or configurations that rely on Python to use the new version. Enjoy coding with the latest features and improvements. ChatGPT. Certainly. Updating Python on Ubuntu 20.04 can be done using the deadsnakes PPA. Follow these steps to update Python. Open a terminal window on your Ubuntu 20.04 system. You can do this by pressing Ctrl+Alt+T or searching for terminal in the application menu. Before installing a new version of Python, it's a good practice to update the package list to ensure you are getting the latest information about available packages. Run the following command. Ensure that the Software Properties Common package is installed. This package provides an abstraction of the used apt repositories and keys. Install it using. The deadsnakes PPA provides updated versions of Python. Add this PPA to your system using the following command. After adding the PPA, update the package list once more. Now, you can install or upgrade Python. Replace x.y with the specific version you want to install or upgrade. For example, to install Python 3.9, use. If you want to upgrade an existing Python version, example from 3.8 to 3.9, use. Check that the new version of Python is installed correctly by running. This command should display the installed Python version. If you have multiple Python versions installed, you may want to update the alternatives to point to the newly installed version. Use the Update Alternatives command. Replace 3.x with your installed Python version. You have successfully updated Python on Ubuntu 20.04 using the deadsnakes PPA. Feel free to replace the version numbers in the commands with the specific Python version you wish to install or upgrade. ChatGPT. Certainly. Updating Python on Ubuntu 20.04 can be done using the apt package manager. Here's a step-by-step tutorial with code examples. Open a terminal window on your Ubuntu 20.04 system. You can do this by pressing Ctrl+Alt+T or searching for terminal in the Applications menu. Before updating Python, it's a good practice to update the package lists to ensure you get the latest information about available packages. Use the following command. It's helpful to know your current Python version before updating. You can check it by running. Ensure you have the Software Properties Common package installed. This package provides the add apt repository command, which we will use in the next step. The deadsnakes PPA provides newer Python versions for Ubuntu. Add the PPA with. Press Enter to confirm adding the repository. After adding the new repository, update the package lists again. Now, you can install the desired Python version. Replace x.y with the version you want to install, example 3.8, 3.9, etc. For example, to install Python 3.9, use. Check the installed Python version. If you want to set the newly installed Python version as the default, you can use the Update Alternatives command. Replace X with the version number you installed. Verify that the default Python version has been updated. That's it. You've successfully updated Python on your Ubuntu 20.04 system. Adjust the version numbers in the commands based on your preference. ChatGPT. Updating Python on Ubuntu 20.04 is a straightforward process, but it requires some caution as Python is integral to many system functions. Here's a step-by-step tutorial on how to update Python on Ubuntu 20.04. Before updating Python, it's a good idea to check which version you currently have installed. Open a terminal and type. This will display the currently installed Python version. Make note of it for reference. First, ensure that your system's package list is up to date. This ensures you're pulling the latest versions of packages. Ubuntu 20.04 typically comes with Python 3.8 installed. If you want to update to a newer version, you might have to add a personal package archive, PPA, that contains the desired Python version. For example, to install Python 3.9, you can use the deadsnakes PPA. After installation, verify that the new Python version is installed correctly by running. This should display the newly installed Python version. Sometimes, the system might still be using the old Python version even after installing a new one. To ensure that the new Python version is used by default, you may need to update the symbolic links. Note: be extremely cautious while performing this step as it may affect system functions. Replace /usr/bin/python 3.9 with the path to the newly installed Python version if it's different. To ensure that everything is working as expected, test Python by running an interactive session. This should open a Python 3.9 interpreter. You can exit the interpreter by typing exit. It's also a good practice to update pip, the package manager for Python. This will ensure that you have the latest version of pip installed alongside your updated Python version. That's it. You've successfully updated Python on your Ubuntu 20.04 system. Remember to proceed with caution, especially when updating system-critical packages like Python. It's recommended to create a backup or snapshot of your system before performing such updates, especially on production systems. ChatGPT.